Welcome to the docks. During the filming of the first Pharaoh movie, the man-made lake you see before you doubled as the Nile River. 10 tons of sand and 2,000 palm trees were brought in so that in the movie's most spectacular scene, Lois Manson, starring as Nefertiti, Princess of the Nile, could appear to be surveying her domain from her royal barge. When the movie wrapped, the film's eccentric director demanded that the sand and trees be removed and that every set, no matter how elaborate, be bulldozed over. In 1943, a theme park was built on top of the buried sets. Unfortunately, World War II was raging and the public was in no mood for theme parks. Its owners went bankrupt, and in 1947, the park was abandoned. The docks are among the attractions that were left behind. The steamship to your right, now empty, once housed a restaurant and was aptly dubbed the Nile Princess. On a more mysterious note, blueprints showing the exact locations of the original Pharaoh sets were also left behind, albeit on purpose. The film's director supposedly hid them somewhere on the grounds of the park just before his death in 1949. These blueprints, if they truly exist, have never been found.
Whoa! So according to that audio tour, the entire set from the 1937 Pharaoh film was buried. And I'm standing on top of it right now. Hey, there's something down in the water. I wonder if that buoy is marking something. These must be the blueprints they were talking about in the audio tour. Looks like the final filming took place under the house on Main Street. That cellar door looks like a good way to get under the house. But these crows won't let me by. I have to distract them somehow. Something tells me I need to pay close attention to color. Shoot, that wasn't fast enough. I'll have to start over. There they go. Now to get into that cellar. All right. Whoa, what's in here? I should light these candles so I can check out this room. This looks tricky. I don't think my lockpick kit will work on this one. Aha! So this is where all the flash boom ended up. I'll bet someone is using it to look for the lost footage. Someone's outside. I'm going to find out who. Who's there?
Nancy! Oh my gosh, you scared me. Oh my gosh, my heart's not beating. I'm not kidding, I can't feel my pulse. Oh wait, there it is. What are you doing out here?
Arthur sent me to look for you. Because you didn't show up for your meeting at the Casbah.
I'm hiding. I was on my way to that meeting when I suddenly got this premonition that something terrible was about to happen. So I've just been walking around, trying to make the feeling go away.
I think I've discovered.
Say what? You're strange. Say what?
I think I've discovered who's been spying on you.
Really? Let's hear it.
George Jackson. He's been following you around taking pictures without your knowing.
Ew!
Maybe he's the reason for...
I'm getting confused.
Maybe he's the reason for your premonition.
My what? Oh, my premonition. Yeah, right. He probably is, the weirdo.
Do you think George Jackson is... Do you think George Jackson is responsible for the accidents?
If he's as twisted as you say, it wouldn't surprise me. Although, my money would have been on Arthur.
Arthur Hitchens? Why?
My agent says he's one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. Not because he's super rich, but because everybody owes him. In fact, if I were you, I'd figure out how to sneak a peek inside that safe in his office. I bet you'd find all sorts of goodies in there.
The third crate here contained that decoder, but what's this Valley of the Kings one? I'd better head over to Stage A to find out. The safe is locked, naturally. This must be the code to the safe. I must have entered the numbers in the wrong order. There we go. Maybe I should try out this phone number.
You've reached the office of Lydia Lynn, Tinseltown Tatler celebrity journalist. Leave a juicy message after the beep.
That was interesting. the crate from the manifest in Arthur's office. The Ark is buried here. A coated lock. This is the lockpick I need to get into that sarcophagus under the Main Street house. I think it's time for a little powwow.
Well, well, the gang's all here. Where have you been? Believe it or not, I was actually worried about you.
As well you should have been. I was hiding. From Mr. Spy Cam here.
You talking to me?
Who else would I be talking to?
George, I saw...
You're pulling my leg, right? What?
I saw your makeshift photo lab, along with the photos of Ida you took behind her back. Or should I say, of her back?
You were snooping in my room?
She's a detective, freak lips.
How did you know she was a detective?
I told her. I was trying to calm her down after someone put that snake in her locker.
Someone put a snake in your locker?
Apparently taking pictures of me wasn't enough.
I did not put that snake in your locker.
Come on, who else would have done it?
Actually, you.
Hey, look, Ida may not be my favorite person, but I would never risk traumatizing her like that. It would jeopardize the picture.
Probably true, but that snake wasn't meant for her. It was meant for me. While I was checking out that video chip, you shoved that snake into Ida's locker. You knew the wardrobe room would be my next stop. You knew it'd be my next stop after I saw the cloak on the video chip because you'd already seen that it was missing from the reference model. You let all the reptiles out of their cages, too, just in case I somehow missed the snake.
Ew! Oh my gosh, you're both freaks!
You tried to scare Nancy off the case?
She realized I actually knew what I was doing and was afraid I might somehow... keep her from finding that lost footage.
You broke into your own prop room to make it look like someone else took that flash boom, didn't you? And you tried to frame me for the snake stuff with that stupid swizzle stick.
Okay. So maybe the idea of finding that lost footage made me do things that were a little excessive. But I never used any of the flash boom because finding the entrance to the original Pharaoh set is impossible. And I never put anybody's life in danger like you did.
Since when is feeding a cat a threat to anybody's life?
I'm talking about the accidents.
Oops.
You're the reason that black cat's always running around distracting the crew?
I just thought it would hype the Lois Manson curse rumor that I... sort of started. But so what? Curses are great publicity. The Tinseltown Tatler lapped it up when I... sort of called them and told them about it. But that's nowhere near as bad as what Peeping George here has been doing.
I was taking pictures of that mark on your back.
What mark on my back?
The one that's just like the mark Lois Manson had on her back. The one that meant she was cursed. There really is a curse, people. Seriously, mate, you need to shut this production down before history repeats itself and somebody gets killed.
You moron! That's a scar from a tattoo I had removed when I landed this part.
You actually believe in curses?
You're darn right I do. Hey,
No wonder
look what
we've
happened to
fallen
the
so
people
far
who
behind
opened the tomb of
schedule.
King
You've
Tut.
been
A
distracted
week
by
later,
this
they were
idiot.
called
All right,
Egyptians.
that's enough.
The ancient Egyptians
Enough.
were
Run, hide! The big bad curse is... What?
Just go to your rooms and get a good night's sleep. All of you. Now. We've got a picture to finish.
You know, Mr. Hitchens, something Edith said earlier has been bothering me. All these accidents, yet no one's been hurt. I think I know who's been causing them. I think you do, too.
Edith was right about publicity. The surest way to create a blockbuster is to get the media talking about the picture before it opens.
So you caused the accidents, taking care that no one got hurt, but instead of reporting them, you closed the set, knowing word would leak out anyway, and that all the secrecy would attract lots of media attention.
Correct. But from what I just witnessed, I'm afraid this film is headed for catastrophe no matter how many mishaps I arrange or how much publicity they generate. No, only one thing can save me from financial ruin. That lost footage. Please, Nancy, you must find it.
Time to revisit that sarcophagus and try out this new lockpick. It's a passageway that leads farther underground. Oh boy, I guess I have to climb down through this sarcophagus. Darn, the passage is blocked. But it looks like someone's been using Flashboom to get deeper underground. This is my chance to finish the excavation and find that lost footage first. All right. Whoa, where am I? I need to find a way to light up this room. Oops, I'd better try this again. Wow, cool. Let's check this place out. Oops, I'd better try this again. 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 The lost footage. It really exists. Oh my gosh. The director kept the original Jewel of Karnak for himself.
So, where is it?
Ada? How'd you get here?
I followed you. I've been following you ever since I more or less told you to look in Arthur's safe. So where's the jewel?
The Jewel of Karnak? It was never here. Not the real one, at least. The director couldn't resist having an exact replica made and keeping the original for himself. It's all right here in this letter.
There's no Jewel of Karnak in here? I don't believe it! Here we are on the very set where the original Pharaoh was shot, just like I planned, only there's no jewel? How am I supposed to get rich and famous now?
By being the star of this movie, maybe?
Are you kidding? Even I'm smart enough to know this movie is going to be a disaster! Unless... what if disaster were to strike again? Oh my gosh. If someone were to die as tragically and mysteriously as Lois Manson did on this movie, oh my gosh, it would make headlines all over the world!
Ada, what are you talking about?
Publicity! You die in a cave-in down here. We finish the film in your memory. It opens, bam! Smash hit! And I'm rich and famous after all.
I die in a cave-in?
Yeah, that part's kind of a bummer. But hey, that's showbiz. It was a pleasure working with you, Nancy. Bye-bye.
Hurry! Everything's about to collapse!
Ah!
Well, Ada, looks like you got your wish for publicity after all. Time to see what's on this lost footage. Oh, it's Lois Manson. She's alive? So, Lois Manson didn't die from a snakebite on the set of the first Pharaoh after all. Actress that she was, she faked the whole thing. The director was obviously in on it, as well as the coroner who signed her death certificate. So she must have been some kind of spy or federal witness or something. In any case, once the camera stopped rolling, she vanished into history. But in spite of all the publicity generated by the footage of her death, as well as by Ida's convenient nervous breakdown, which allowed her to avoid prosecution when it came to that cave-in, Pharaoh tanked at the box office. Molly McKenna, who, believe it or not, wound up adopting that stray black cat I'd been chasing all over the lot, didn't really care. But Arthur Hitchens was devastated. It looks like the movie set will be bulldozed over once again to build not Pharaohland, but a strip mall. Which was fine by George Jackson. Despite his denials, he deeply resented the fact that Arthur had used his considerable influence to make George unemployable unless he directed Pharaoh. George was happy the film was a flop. I guess he was too busy relishing Arthur's misery to realize that the movie's failure wasn't exactly a boon to his career either. As for me, the Tinseltown Tattler has been hounding me for months, trying to get the inside scoop of my adventure. I'm thinking I'll just have their people call my people. Which means I'll have to train my people, i.e. Togo, to answer the phone. But something tells me having to talk to a dog won't faze their people one bit. I learned where my next case would take me. The Redondo, an exclusive spa where the rich and famous go to get nipped, tucked, or just plain indulged. Massages, gourmet meals, exotic beauty treatments, luxurious rooms. Unfortunately, someone has added danger to its list of amenities by planting devices that suddenly explode with potentially deadly results. Help me unmask this mad bomber before the spa's wealthy clients start checking out for good in my next adventure.